a reporter about Michael Crabtree, and then he walks in the door and actually plays with him. That would be a comical moment right there.
Well, what would be even more comical is if he ended up with the Raiders and they didn't cut Michael Crabtree. Now that would be even more hilarious there.
That would be right there.
Those two in practice would probably be boxing boxing back and forth.
Yeah. That to me that would take the cake. Now, since I got you on here, I got to ask you this: what do you think about him going to Detroit? That news came out today. Also, him going to New England. New England gets what they want. So, do you think any one of those two could possibly happen?
I definitely think that the New England story, that was one of the peak places that I picked. For him to go, I picked 5 places, and New England was definitely one of them. The Rams are off that list because they went and got every veteran covered corner that was out there. So, definitely I could see them going to the Patriots. As far as the Lions, I don't think he wants those problems. So no, I don't see him going there.
Yeah. I don't think so. The only reason why I think he would go there is if they offered him the most money out of anybody, and then I think he would go there. But other than that, that's not a destination spot. I'm sorry.
Nah, definitely not. Just let him know he don't want to be out when the street lights come on.
Exactly. But man, anything else you wanted to talk about since you're on the line?
Well, I'm covering the Titans now for USA Today through Titans Wire. So,
congratulations!
Definitely, thanks, and definitely was interesting to watch a lot of people's reaction to DeMarco Murray getting cut, and the people that are surprised by this. I'm trying to figure out what they're watching.
Yeah,
it was pretty much known he was going to be cut towards the end of the season. It was already known.
Yeah, I think. For him, the worst decision that he made was leaving Dallas. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in Dallas or that I'm a Dallas fan. But if you look at his career from there on, goes to the Eagles, stays there for 1 year. Chip Kelly, the crazy, comes in there, ships him away. Then he goes to, he went to the Titans after that.
Right.
Had a decent season. Was a little bit successful. Then Derrick Henry's there, so they're like, what do we need old DeMarco Murray for? So at this point, I think he should come back to Dallas. I think he should come back. You should sit behind Zeke, just in case if Zeke does anything crazy. You can step in and play. But where do you think he's going? Or you think this is the end of the road?
I will tell you this, as far as the NFL goes, you can't always go home again. So I don't think Dallas is in play.
Yeah.
But as far as how he did in Tennessee, I mean, they committed to the exotic smash mouth offense. His first year he did well, and then the second year he just couldn't shake a hamstring injury. And, when you're close to 30 years old in the NFL, they're not really going to pay you to be a lead running back very much. It's very it's not very often that happens. Right. So as far as where he ends up, he's probably going to have to go to a team that has an established back. Dallas, that was a good thought, but Dallas is strapped for cash, and they got other needs. So I don't see him ending up back there. I could see him ending up maybe in a Green Bay or maybe a Carolina, perhaps.
Okay.
I could see those two potentially. Just depends on what his price tag he puts out there.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. How much is he gonna want? Is he gonna be on the cheap and he's gonna say, I just want to play again? Or is he gonna be like, I'm the man and y'all need to pay me? I don't think that's gonna be his approach because he already tried that and it didn't work. So, but we got Mike Patton on the line. He is the creator of Sports Awakening, the owner, lead writer, also writing for Titans Wire. He's going to be covering the Titans this upcoming year. Appreciate you for calling in. Always great to hear your voice. Great to get you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and keep knocking it out the park, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, that was my man Mike Patton. Go to his website, Sports Awakening. Got some great articles on there. Like I said, he's going to be writing for Titans Wire. part of USA Today. So go check out my man. He's got some good stuff out there. Always love reading his articles. Kevin with Clutch Talk Sports in the building. Courtney Harden in the building. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Man, awesome. Who else we got in here from the bottom? All right, so we are taking callers, still taking callers the next 20 minutes. Join in, whatever you want to talk about. We're talking NBA, but I talked NFL, talking some of everything. It's kind of a call-in show. Had my man R. Swift, hip-hop artist, on, at Tyjun on, and it is pretty much free reign for the rest of the show. So put the call-in number in the chat room. Anybody else want to call in? But Mark Cuban was back in the news this week. Not for a good one. He has had a horrible couple of weeks, coming out with the allegations of sexual misconduct in his organization. Then he gets fined by the NBA. I believe it was like $100,000, talking about, talking about tanking. And then this week it comes out that he's being investigated for sexual assault from 2011. Now, this is 7 years ago. I'm not at all going to victim shame the person, but it has been a long time. And I'm wondering what type of facts they're going to be able to come up with. If Cuban has anything to do with this, this is not another bad look for him. Another bad look for him. Another bad look for the Mavs organization. And they're losing horribly. So that's also not a good look. So as of right now, the Mavs are looking like the worst organization right now, all around. Courtney Harden says Cuban could be done with all these allegations. I guess he won't be next president. Yes. That is definitely not happening. Well, hold on. Let me back up. We got number 45 in there right now. That don't even mean anything. That don't even mean anything. He could probably still be the president with number 45 in there. So, but yeah, bad couple of weeks for Mark Cuban. Not anything good coming from him and from the Mavs organization. So there are two teams that have clinched a playoff berth. Number one, the Raptors were able to do it first. They beat the Pistons this week. Can the Raptors make it past the first round? Can the Raptors make it past the first round? Can they show up in the playoffs? Is the $1 million question. Are they going to be able to do it? And quite honestly, I cannot answer that question with a straight face and just say yes. I would love to see it happen. I would love to see them finally get over the hump, get over the hill, get that monkey off their back. I would love to see it happen, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to get past this hump. Shout out to WBRP QK74 in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. But really, I mean, I just don't know if they're deep enough. I would love for it to happen. I just don't know if they're deep enough to make it or to get anywhere. So we'll see. They end up clinching first. Celtics also clinched this week. Shout out to the Celtics. Shout out to Kyrie making big boy moves. Put his big boy pants on and left out of the shadows of LeBron. And look where he is now. They clinched. Also, man, prayers up to Jaylen Brown. Man, the Jaylen Brown, he was going down for a fast break. Ends up dunking the ball and falls horribly on his head, ends up having a concussion. I just pray that he's going to be okay. I pray that there's not going to be any lingering issues for him. He is a nice up-and-coming player. So I just don't want to see that happen to anybody. I don't. So hopefully he'll be fine. Hopefully he'll be back and better than ever. So I already talked about D-Rose, and that was Keisha in the chat room that just came in. So thank you for coming through. Courtney Harden says, are the Raptors for real? We will see. Yeah, I don't know. As much as I want to think that they're the real deal. Shout out to the real deal with Courtney Harden. As much as I want to think that they're the real deal, I don't know. Only time will tell. The playoffs will show you if you are real or not. The playoffs will tell you if you are real. And Antonio Wilborn says it's hard to take them seriously in playoffs, but this year they're looking the best that they have. Yeah, they're looking very, very good. They're looking very, very good. I'll definitely say that. DeMar DeRozan playing some good basketball. Not to mention Kyle Lowry. So, only time will tell. Courtney says it's all on Lowry if he shows up in the playoffs. Him and DeRozan. Quite frankly. But as long as neither one of them get injured, I think they got a shot. I think they got a chance. Big O says Raptors always been a joke. Courtney Harden says, what did you think of Deontay Wilder fight from last week? I thought that was one of his best fights because he had to battle in that. He had to battle. That wasn't something that came easy for him. And I was very, very impressed with it. I was impressed. I was impressed with his ability to make it through that fight and to not get an L. Again, I'm going to say this, though. You have to have Wilder versus Joshua some point in time this year. I know Joshua's going to be fighting, I think the guy's last name is Smith. I think it's Joshua Smith, or I'm going to look it up. But we need to see, I've been saying this for a while now. We need to see Joshua Wilder. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters in this heavyweight division. I don't care whatever other fight you come up with. So Anthony Joshua's going to be fighting Joshua Parker. I don't care whatever other fight you come up with. You need to make this fight happen. Big F says Wilder always fights out of shape fighters. Joshua will kill him. Joshua has the technique. I think he has more technique. I think Wilder's reach and power is huge, though. Mandelion says, what do you think about the Browns trade for Tyrod Taylor? I think it was a great move because you have given yourself a starting quarterback for this year or longer. So if you draft a quarterback, he can sit behind Tyrod Taylor. I think it was a great trade. I think for once in our lifetimes, the Browns are trying to make moves. They're not sitting back. They're not waiting for something to come to them, but they're going out there and making moves. I'm impressed with the trade. I think it was a good trade. I think Kaiser can possibly be good, but I don't think this is the right place for him. I think he's got to go somewhere else. He's already been traded, so obviously. But with the Browns as well, that means they can draft Saquon Barkley. And I said this on the show earlier, if they were able to somehow get Lamar Jackson, oh my God, what this team would be like with him, Saquon Barkley, Jarvis Landry, Josh Gordon, as long as he stays out of danger. this team's gonna be a monster. Not to mention